Hello and welcome. Happy Veterans Day to you. I am so excited to begin our Guitars for Vets fundraiser bonanza. I cannot even believe the amount of support that I already feel. I cannot believe the amount of people already here. Hello to you all, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to not only join us, but for those of you who donated already, thank you so much. There's a ton of fun in store for you today. In fact, I am just delighted to be doing this. I've been kind of buzzing all day. We're going to be, I'm actually going to be playing the Preston Thompson OM that's up for auction right now at atforvets.com. So if you don't know anything about that, maybe open another window, type in atforvets.com, and just go ahead and look and see what's happening over there. You can actually purchase AT4 Vets t-shirts and other merchandise. Still, all of those proceeds go to Guitars for Vets. And then, of course, you can donate directly on our Facebook fundraiser. And I've got some important information about that and how those of you that are donating through the Facebook fundraiser can actually win some really rad stuff. I'll get to those details all here in just a moment. But before I do that, I decided, we should probably do some trivia along the way. It's kind of an Acoustic Tuesday tradition. Now, I do know it's Monday, but this is a special edition of Acoustic Tuesday. So just to fit with tradition, let's dive right into some Guitars for Vets themed trivia. Here's your very first of 4 questions. How many lessons has G4V conducted since the program's inception? Is it A, 10,000, B, 20,000, C, 30,000, or D, over 30,000? Go ahead and ponder that. In a little bit, I'll actually give you that answer. In fact, the answer will probably come right after I'm done playing the Thompson OM that's up for auction. Again, as I mentioned, at atforvets.com. And before we dive into this day's fundraising activities, this bonanza, if you will, I do want to acknowledge that I'm not here alone. There's a great team here with me. I've got Levi, I've got Allie here on board, and we're all just kind of here having fun. Allie is super, super pumped because she's standing by and actually filling out tickets for a giveaway. Let me explain the giveaway. Okay, this is very, very important. Anybody who donates through the Facebook fundraiser, regardless of denomination, it could be $5, it could be $200, it could be $500 or $1,000. Your name gets put on a ticket, and then we have this fancy little, we'll call it a raffle wheel, and I'm going to spin that raffle wheel when I'm done playing the Thompson guitar 4 separate times on today's fundraising bonanza, and I'm going to be giving some things away, an Acoustic Guitar Geek Fun Package, if you will. There's going to be a lot of prizes. In fact, the Acoustic Guitar Geek Fun Package contains a Fishman clip-on tuner, which we all need. Whether or not you have a clip-on tuner, you still need another one because you're going to lose the current one you have. You're going to get an Acoustic Life sticker. You're going to get 2 of my albums, all for just donating. And if we pick your name out of the raffle wheel. And then later on in the show, those same names will be in the giveaway for 1 of 3 Tone Right devices, a Preston Thompson Guitars t-shirt, a Wazinator Dropkick Stomp Box, and a Tony's Acoustic Challenge lifetime membership. So there's going to be a ton of giveaways today. And as I mentioned, that Guitars for Vets trivia question, go ahead and ponder that as we go through some of the highlights today. I've got a lot of great things coming up. I've got some of your very own Guitar Geek family dressed in their Acoustic Tuesday for Vets attire. We're going to see some pictures and also some great highlight videos from some of the folks that took part in our fundraising activities, some music industry leaders that actually took time and funds from their own company and went ahead and donated those to Guitars for Vets as well. And there'll be some fun things along the way, live performances and things like that. But let's just establish a baseline of where we're currently at. So there's actually 3 elements to this fundraising that we're doing today, and I want us to all be on the same page. Number 1, the Facebook fundraiser, which you can get to through atforvets.com. And currently, last I checked, I wrote down $9,785, and then I refreshed it, and then I was like, I almost knocked out of my chair because we're at $10,690 right now. So just in the last, 20 minutes, that's gone up significantly by almost $1,000. The t-shirt sales, wow. You want to talk about Guitar Geeks uniting? We have Acoustic Tuesday for Vets t-shirts available. All the proceeds go to Guitars for Vets. You can find those at atforvets.com. Currently, there's been 743 pieces of merchandise sold for a total of $11,192. That's going to go directly to Guitars for Vets. That's mind-blowing. That's amazing. And then, of course, we're auctioning off this beautiful Preston Thompson OM size guitar, courtesy of the folks at Thompson Guitars. I'm very thankful that they are taking part in this fundraiser, and that auction is active. It's live. You can find more out about that at atforvets.com, and the auction is currently at $4,550. So we've got a lot of momentum, and I want to carry that momentum on through today's show. In fact, for those of you that might be new to this whole Guitar Geek thing, maybe you kind of have heard about Guitars for Vets, maybe you're not quite sure of how the program works or who qualifies or who it even helps, I found this wonderful video produced by Guitars for Vets, released very recently, that selects 3 different students and kind of tells their story, and you get a little bit more information about the program. So without further ado, let's check out this video.
Gotcha. Okay, so from the B minor right there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Music is transformative. Without it, I wouldn't be where I am today.
I always wanted to play guitar, and it just gave me something to look forward to, something positive to focus on.
Music is something that does have healing power.
It can change lives.
Nice. Good, good. That's it. Good job.
I served in Iraq for 15 months, coming to terms with everything that I'd been through. It was just difficult.
I joined the Air Force in 2005 right after high school, and I did one tour to Iraq. When I came back, it was difficult to deal with the feelings of anxiety and depression.
It took a long time to accept leaving all your brothers that you just served with.
I served in Germany, Korea, Vietnam. I spent a lot of time in a bottle trying to forget things.
Not having a mission when the military in general just gives you a very clear focus on what to get through was a challenge.
I was later diagnosed with PTSD and bipolar. I had severe episodes that were pretty difficult to get through.
Done. My life was changed for Uncle Sam. This war goes on for who I am.
Guitars for Vets puts the healing power of music in the hands of heroes, bringing the joy of music to folks who are struggling with the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. I met my co-founder, Dan, in fall of 2006 when he came in for guitar lessons. And he said, I want you to know I really want to play guitar, but I struggle with PTSD. The most important thing of our lessons was Dan finding joy again in his life. And I said, Dan, let's make this a nonprofit, and let's call it what it is, Guitars for Vets.
Just having like-minded individuals just sit around and play music.
It makes you feel like you're not alone. There's other people that understand.
Every $200 we raise provides our veterans with a new guitar, all the accessories, 10 private lessons. After their 10th lesson, they graduate with a brand new acoustic guitar. Then they move on into group lessons indefinitely.
Learning guitar has certainly helped me cope with anxiety, depression.
One note played on a guitar can speak many words.
The healing power of music and the effects it's had on me has been instrumental to recovery. It's been just so powerful in getting me out and about again.
It gives you something to engage your mind in. It gives you a new outlook.
Greatest effect that music has on people is that it takes them somewhere else, removes them from a problem.
Guitars for Vets has grown to more than 100 chapters in more than 40 states.
Donations are really important to Guitars for Vets because it puts guitars in the hands of veterans.
Guitars for Vets, in order to operate, depends upon donations of money, guitars, and the kindness and warm hearts of others, so our lifeblood is donations.
Guitars for Vets is a very powerful program. It's life-changing.
Without music and the support of my family, I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Guitars for Vets, I believe, is one of the best ways for those who suffer from PTSD to find serenity in their lives.
It's a great opportunity to make a difference, and I'm proud to be a part of it. It's a cool program.
Guitars for Vets is healing. It's purpose. It's a new mission.
Still playing the part of a soldier coming home.
That's great. The band's back together, man. I'm ready to rock.
I want to thank the folks at Guitars for Vets, particularly Patrick, who let me know about that video. It was a great way to kick this thing off. I watched that video and I got a little emotional. Even after seeing it a couple times and prepping for the show, I was like, holy smokes, this is a great way to kick this thing off. So thank you for watching that. And now that we're all on the same page, I just, because I'm a compulsive refresher when we are doing these fundraisers, I just refreshed and I saw the total go up again on Facebook. So if we can keep that total climbing throughout today's show, I want to keep Allie so busy writing names on tickets that she can almost not keep up. I want her to keep up, and she's a fast writer, but she's working hard. I see her keep ripping these tickets, and I'm getting excited. So my goal is to not refresh. In fact, I'm going to just pull up the chat here. I'm not going to refresh until our next break after I play the guitar, and then I'll check in with the total and see where it's at. If you guys want to leave it in the comments, that's cool. I totally might look. But let's move right on. One of the things that some of you may be familiar with, some of you may not, is the Acoustic Tuesday show. And starting in, I want to say right around October 1st, the beginning of October, we started this fundraising effort for Guitars for Vets. In fact, we reached out to a lot of our friends in the acoustic guitar community. And you want to talk about a community that sticks together. You want to talk about a community that really supports one another and really kind of just helps one another along. The acoustic guitar community, which we are all a part of, is unparalleled. I feel so grateful and humbled to be involved with everybody. I'm talking you viewers, I'm talking about the industry people, the guitar shops, the guitar builders. It's really it's inspiring to be around such amazing people. And I want to highlight some of the folks that actually took part in this fundraiser in a big bad way. And one of the very first folks to hop on board, and you are probably familiar with this store. They're in St. Louis, Missouri. Eddie's Guitars. Matt C. is a contributor to the Acoustic Tuesday show. If any of you have attended the Acoustic Life Festival, Matt's been here for the last 2 times here in Bozeman. It's been a blast. He is a wealth of guitar knowledge. I trust his opinion. He has helped me buy numerous guitars, some of which you'll actually see a little bit later today. And he's got a beard. Although it's recently trimmed, I'm not going to hold that against him. And I'm also not going to hold it against him that he's a St. Louis Blues fan. I think it's fine that he's a Blues fan. I mean, they did win the Stanley Cup. No big deal. But I want to thank Eddie's Guitars and Matt for participating in this fundraiser. And if you're not familiar with Eddie's Guitars, you've got to check out their YouTube channel. They have an amazingly large library of reviews that you can just look at some of the most beautiful guitars in, and Matt demos nearly all of them. And here's a demo I selected for you of a Thompson OM with a very special set of back and sides, a special set of wood used on the back and sides. In fact, Matt actually tells the story here, and it's a little bit of I thought he took me on a little bit of journey, and I'd like you to be in on this journey as well. So here's Matt.
Hello again, friends. Matt with Eddie's Guitars coming to you, as always, from St. Louis, Missouri. And I truly have a once-in-a-lifetime instrument to share with you folks today. This actually comes in on a very, very lightly used basis. This is not a terribly old guitar, though it is a technically used guitar. This happens to be an absolutely jaw-dropping Preston Thompson OM-SBA in the 45 style, fully decked. Every box has been checked on this guitar. Of course, the OM in the title implies that it is a 14-fret orchestra model. It's a full 25.4-inch scale length, so standard scale length for most traditional orchestra model guitars. The SBA in the title is going to represent Shipwreck Brazilian and Adirondack. So in terms of the quality of tone woods, this is going to be off the charts in terms of what Preston Thompson offers. The Shipwreck Brazilian rosewood is a fairly new thing that I've kind of had in my hands and had fresh on my ears here in the last few days. It's absolutely incredible wood. The short story behind the shipwrecked Brazilian is that a ship back in the 1920s leaving from Brazil was destined for Denmark and unfortunately sank. And these beams of Brazilian rosewood sat at the bottom of the ocean for over 80 years, and in 2004 it was recovered. And fast forward even a little further to today, we're having some exquisite guitars built out of this incredible old submersion Brazilian rosewood, and very exciting stuff with a heck of a story to it. So we'll start with the beautiful top on this guitar. You can see it's a gorgeously sunbursted Adirondack spruce top. Beautiful here, and just a really great tight quality to this Adirondack spruce, and that 1930s style sunburst that just really looks great next to the 45 style treatment on this guitar. You can see the body, the neck, and the headstock are all bound in a really traditional grained ivory binding. And the top of the guitar, again, you can see that full 45 style treatment going around the soundboard itself, going around the fingerboard extension here, as well as around the sound hole on the rosette. Really a lot of just incredible detail in the inlay work on this guitar. Back and sides, as promised, is a gorgeous set of perfectly quarter-sawn shipwreck Brazilian rosewood. You can just see the drama in this back. Just gorgeous stuff. Those strong presence of reds there, especially in the center.
Just another huge thanks to Matt at Eddie's Guitars and all the folks at Eddie's Guitars. Seriously, if you're ever in the market for an acoustic guitar and you just have questions, just reach out to Matt. He's a friend of ours, definitely a member of the acoustic guitar geek community, and he's always happy to help. And the guy's like a walking encyclopedia. Once you get past the facial hair, he's really a great guy. He really is just fine. But in all sincerity, thank you, Matt, and everybody at Eddie's Guitars. Another guitar store that was really early to hop on our fundraising efforts and really excited about it, and some of you who watch Acoustic Tuesday might be very familiar, Brendan at Heartbreaker Guitars and all the folks at Heartbreaker Guitars, really. Brendan was so excited. I got the email. I think he responded within 3 minutes of me sending out an email. He says, absolutely, count us in, we're on board. So not only did they make a monetary donation, but they also donated a guitar to the program, which I thought was way awesome and way in line with what Guitars for Vets needs for certain. Some of you who watch Acoustic Tuesday might be familiar with their Heartbreaker of the Month segment, which is where they feature an awesome guitar out of their stock every single month, or their new segment, which is where they essentially they act as our voice on the front lines and report the news that's coming in from small bench luthiers, stuff we might not know all the details about. They kind of get the inside scoop. So if you don't know anything about Heartbreaker Guitars, they're located in Las Vegas. I've been there. The showroom is gorgeous. They have beautiful instruments. Brendan took a ton of time with me and just showed me around the entire shop. I tried nearly every guitar hanging on the wall. I ended up purchasing a guitar and just had a blast hanging with him and the crew. So for those of you who haven't been to the showroom yet, I found a great little tour video that they did, so you can get a sense of who's involved and also what it looks like. So here's Heartbreaker Guitars.
Smith, and welcome to the Heartbreaker Guitar Showroom. We are located in the fabulous Las Vegas. Go Knights Go. This showroom is Disneyland for guitar players.
So the best part about the Heartbreaker Guitar Showroom is it's completely private. You can come in, you can play any one of our incredible guitars. You can say hi to Toby. Toby's a shop dog, everybody loves him. You can play any one of our killer guitars here, stay as long as you like, play as long as you like, and just not be bothered by pushy salespeople, and just have an amazing time playing guitars and just chilling out and exploring the different brands that we have here at Heartbreaker.
Some of our amazing luthiers include Rick Turner, Loudon Guitars, Bourgeois, PRS. The list goes on, but we've got quite a few to choose from, so come on down, spend a few hours and jam in
All
our...
right, thanks again to the folks at Heartbreaker Guitars for your continued enthusiasm in the guitar geek world. for contributing content to Acoustic Tuesday, and of course for donating to Guitars for Vets. It really means a lot that you guys are on board, and just a huge heartfelt thank you from all of us in the Guitar Geek community. Just watching the chat go by, and I can't see I can see every comment, but it's hard for me to keep track. But one stuck out. This is from Rich J, and he says, "Thanks for the stream. As a veteran who is currently battling the flu and strep throat, I cannot go out and enjoy a meal. This will work for me right now." Well, we appreciate you joining in, Rich, and thank you for your service as well. There's also been a couple questions floating around. Hey, what if I don't have a Facebook account? Can I still donate? The answer is absolutely yes. You can go to guitarsforvets.org and make a cash donation or a monetary donation right on their page. So please don't feel like you can't participate if you don't have a Facebook account. We would still certainly love your donation. It just has to go through the guitarsforvets.org page. That's guitars, the number 4, vets.org. So I want to keep moving on. Some of our donors, as I mentioned before, this guitar community, the Acoustic Guitar Geek community, is one that it continues to amaze me. Every single time we do a show, every single time we ask for really anything, it's just met with nothing but enthusiasm and nothing but support, and I'm talking like people just stumbling over each other to try and support and help out, and that's what really makes the show fun. We've got some great stuff coming up, but one of the donors I want to highlight, they're out in Maine, and the folks at Bourgeois Guitars. I currently am really happy that I own 3 different Bourgeois guitars. I'm delighted at what they're doing. I think Dana and crew make incredible instruments. I've gotten the Bourgeois from Matt at Eddie's. I've gotten the Bourgeois from Brendan at Heartbreaker, and it's just they're a wonderful company. They make stunning instruments, and the one that I got from Matt at Eddie's is a custom OMSC. It's got a torrefied Italian spruce top and Cocobolo back and sides. And I want you to hear this guitar. So rather than me try and fumble around and play it here, because we're already set up with the Thompson OM, which I'm about to play, let me go to a video, a little song that I did that I'd love for you to hear on my custom Bourgeois. So here it is. All right, thanks again to the folks at Bourgeois Guitars for making a monetary donation and for just building exquisite instruments. For those of you that have never had the chance to play a Bourgeois guitar, please do so. They're really stunning. Fit, finish, playability, tone, it's all there. They're just stellar. In fact, we're going to feature a lot of wonderful guitar makers today, and I want to highlight each of them for what they do fantastically well. And for Bourgeois, I would say it's tone wood selection and treatment, between voicing the tops and combining the right woods to create the right tone. That's kind of their specialty. So thanks again to the folks at Bourgeois Guitars, Dana, James, everybody involved there. Really, thank you so much. And then the last, one of the last donors I want to feature for this little chunk anyway is actually an old friend of mine. His name is Dennis Vance. I don't know if that rings a bell with any of you, but Dennis owns the Mandolin Store, and I believe they're down in Arizona. And I actually met Dennis when I worked at Weber Mandolins when I first moved out to Montana, and we kind of hit it off. We just hit it off. We talked about football. We talked about just kind of just BSing on the phone. And when I announced this fundraiser in early October, I saw a name come through, and I was like, oh, Dennis Vance. I'm like, holy smokes. So I wanted to mention them, thank Dennis for his donation, and let you know about the mandolin store. I know we're all guitar geeks here, but chances are at some point or another you might consider another instrument, be it a banjo, God forbid a banjo, a dobro, mandolin, or what have you. And Dennis is a great resource for those of you looking if you have questions. And here's a quick demo he did on a really awesome octave mandolin that's made by we'll call him my alma mater. So here's the demo.
Dennis Vance here with the Mandolin Store. Today I have in my hands a very nice Weber Bitterroot F-style octave. This particular instrument's very unique. It was made with a gorgeous figured Spanish cedar back and sides, and it's just beautiful, just gorgeous. It's definitely not your run-of-the-mill instrument. There you have it, folks. Brand new Weber F-style Bitterroot octave mandolin. If you have any questions about mandolins, visit us on the web or give us a call here at the shop. Thank you.
Thanks again to Dennis Vance, and I also want to include Brian Farmer in that statement as well. Both of those fellows are at the mandolin store, and they do great work. They're as much as you can be a guitar geek, they are mandolin geeks, and obviously they certainly care about a great cause. So thank you again, Mandolin Store, for supporting the Guitars for Vets cause. Now, one of the other things that you all may be aware of, maybe you're not, so again, I want to get us all on the same page. Love the comments coming in, by the way. I see a lot of folks chiming in and saying, hey, I'm a veteran, thanks so much. So I just want to take a second and thank all the veterans that are tuning in for their service, and also for the veterans that are not tuning in for their service as well. It really is amazing that we can all come together and celebrate this. This is something that's just astounding me. Levi, real quick, would you mind telling me how many folks are tuned in right now? If you can read that.
Yeah, I'm winning. So
okay.
385.
We had a bet earlier how many people were going to tune in, and we all picked different numbers. And I was 583 was my number. So if I could just ask you all to share this right now, get your friends watching this. If we could bump that number up to 583-ish, 600, 700, 1,000, I'd be totally fine with that. In fact, Jumpin' Jeff's at 840, and I know I see his name pop up every now and again. In fact, Richard said that there's a lot of Jeffs and Brians tuned in today. So hello to Jeffs and Brians across the internet land. Well, let me continue on. So for those of you who have been watching Acoustic Tuesday, you know that we're doing an Acoustic Tuesday for Vets merchandise launch, if you will, where we made all of these really cool pieces of merchandise available. Hooded sweatshirts, shirts, women's tees. I don't know how they're cut. If it's slouchy or baby doll, are those...
All of the above.
All of the cuts?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not... If Whitney were here, she'd be able to steer me in the right track, but I just say random terms that sound like women's cut shirts. Anyways, those are available. There's phone cases, pillows, socks, leggings, coffee mugs, which I would strongly recommend just because coffee is an important liquid for us all. But that's all available at atforvets.com. And there's a couple of folks that were brave enough to not only hop in and purchase a bunch of Acoustic Tuesday for Vets merchandise. Again, all those proceeds go to Guitars for Vets. But they also posted pictures. So I want to feature some of them. First, let's head over to Arnold, Maryland. And although George didn't make an appearance in this picture, his coffee mug sure did. He says, shirts are on the way, but couldn't resist showing off the new coffee mug. As a 25-year vet myself, I appreciate the work and dedication of the Acoustic Life team in supporting this great effort. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, George, for your service and for supporting the Guitars for Vets mission. We certainly appreciate that. Next, let's head over to Oakland, New Jersey. Dennis F. says this, hope you guys had a great weekend. I sure did. I've attached a photo of me wearing an AT for Vets shirt along with Wesley Schultz and Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers. I received my shirt Saturday just in time to wear it to the Live From Here with Chris Thiele show. After the show, my daughter and I waited outside to see if we could get a picture Chris and Jeremiah obliged. I asked Wesley if he was familiar with Guitars for Vets, and he said he had heard about it. He mentioned his uncle was a vet. A great ending to a great show. Well, thanks so much, Dennis, for sharing that picture with us. Next, this handsome fella sitting on the back of his truck is Shane R. from the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area, and he simply says, "Go Vets." I'm a longtime supporter of G4V, so thank you, Tony and crew, for your support. Absolutely, and thank you, Shane. We appreciate your support as well. Next up, Wendy D. from East Booth Bay, Maine. She says, I'm honored to be a part of TAC and the Guitars for Vets fundraiser. I managed to get 2 of my guitars and a vacation location on the Damariscotta River in Maine, but the pups would not cooperate. Guitar Geeks Unite for Vets. And I also want to take a second. I mentioned this during a previous live thing for Tony's Acoustic Challenge, but really I want to highlight Wendy D because it was her birthday recently, and instead of gifts, she actually launched her own Guitars for Vets fundraiser and raised over $500. Which is absolutely outstanding. So way to live your best acoustic life, Wendy, and belated happy birthday. That's the second time I've wished you a happy birthday. So I really mean it a lot. And then next up from New Braunfels, Texas, is Michael G. He says this, and this is a great statement. Music is the life force that brings guitar geeks together, and nothing can be better than sharing this life force with my fellow vets. Helping people seems to be what the TAC community is all about. And the more guitars we can get in the hands of our vets, the more guitar geeks there will be in this world. Imagine if everyone in the world played guitar. It would be one happy world. Well, I certainly agree, Michael, and indeed, Guitar Geeks Unite. So we got a lot more pictures coming up of your fellow guitar geeks. I have to feature a bunch more of our helpful donors, and there's a couple Guitars for Vets videos that I want you to see. In fact, some new breaking news from the folks at Gibson. Really interesting story that I want you to stay tuned for because it didn't turn out like I had initially planned. It went, well, I'll let you know how it went a little bit later, but I do want to play this Thompson guitar because I've actually spent the weekend with it, and I'm really excited about playing it for you all. In fact, I've got a couple of tunes lined up for you. Allie just loaded the little raffle wheel with a bunch of tickets. And can I refresh? Is that okay? Can I refresh now and just see where we're at? Is that okay? Does anybody have an opinion?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that, Tony. But we're also waiting for you over at the raffle machine and the guitar playing
I'll
station.
head over. I just want to mention,
you know,
hey, I mean, we're at $11,458. No big deal.
Yeah. You got production cam. Okay. Now.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
I've got to, you know, one of the things I didn't factor in, I love wearing hockey jerseys because I'm clearly a Blackhawks fan. One of the things I didn't factor in is how it would affect some of my guitar playing. So I'm not trying to show off my, you know, enormous muscles here. I'm just trying to stay out of the way of the guitar so that the strings don't get muted. But I'll give you a little scoop on the song I'm going to play and the tuning, etc. But first, I want to actually talk about this guitar a little bit. The folks at Thompson Guitars out in Sisters, Oregon, were so kind to donate this guitar. I am amazed at their support. This instrument retails at $6,200, and it's really stunning. I initially I thought, okay, cool. You know, an OM from Thompson Guitars, you can flat pick it, which I did in the demo. You can see that at atforvets.com. But also, I was like, man, you can finger pick this, you can flat pick this. This is just a great traditional guitar. And I thought, well, I'd love to play some of my own tunes and some slightly, you know, altered tunings. I wonder how this guitar is going to hold up. And man, does it sing. It's just got this beautiful set of overtones. It's got sustain for days. So let me dig into playing this guitar. Now, next to me, just so you can see what's happening here, this is the raffle wheel. Wow, there's a ticket just fell out. We'll get to that. Don't worry. But that's where anybody that donates on Facebook, that's where your ticket goes to win a bunch of Acoustic Guitar Geek prizes. So I'll be doing that right after I finish playing this tune. Now, the tuning I'm going to use for this song is D, A, D, F, A, E. So it's like a... if you want to get geeky, it's kind of like a D minor 9 tuning. That doesn't matter. The way I stumbled upon this tuning was just messing around, and I simply wanted to find something that sounded a little eerie for a song that I named The Hard Life of a Rodent Living in Tacoma. It's kind of well, it was initially a tribute to John Fahey, and I wanted to try and make a song that John Fahey would hear and be like, I really like that song. So I hope you like the song as well. Again, this is The Hard Life of a Rodent Living in Tacoma. Oh, thank you. Well, this is a hell of a guitar. I mean, as you heard, it just sings. You strum that last chord and you're like, I'm done. It's still ringing. It's like the Spinal Tap thing, which is really awesome. And again, I would just want to call attention to this guitar and just give a huge heartfelt thanks to the folks at Thompson Guitars for donating that. You can own this. It is up for auction right now on eBay. Go to atforvets.com. You're actually going to see 3 separate links. You can still buy shirts. You can still donate via Facebook. And then also there is that link directly to the auction, which is live right now. The last I checked, it was at $45.50. This guitar retails at $6,200. So I would say act now. The auction actually closes this evening. When we conclude our live stream today, I believe there will be about 2 hours left on that auction, so get your bids in, let your buddies know, or maybe team up with some other buddies. You can share custody. But let's actually give away some stuff right now. In fact, I want to give away 5 Guitar Geek packages, which is 2 of my albums, a Fishman clip-on guitar tuner, an Acoustic Life sticker, and just overall good Guitar Geek vibes. Allie, did you have any more tickets you want to add before I start? I just want to give fair chance, you know. Thanks. So here we go. I'll pick out 5 names, and I'll keep those securely by my desk. And this is for the Acoustic Guitar Geek package, which is, of course, 2 of my albums. One just jumped at me. 2 of my albums, a Fishman clip-on tuner and an Acoustic Life sticker. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. There's 2. I'll do 3. 4. The only reason I'm looking is because I want to make sure my hand goes into the raffle wheel. 5. Okay, we've got Holt Price. Holt Price is a guy I play hockey with. He's on the Fatties. Congratulations, Holt. You won some CDs and a sticker and a clip-on tuner. Tim K, Canadian Tim K, who got me turned on to the Boucher guitars. Brendan Smith, congratulations. John L. Nicholas and Harold Schaefer. Congratulations to all of you for winning an Acoustic Guitar Geek package. All you have to do to claim your prize is to please email info@tonypolecastro.com. Again, email info@tonypolecastro.com if you've won a prize today. This way we'll be able to collect your shipping information and get your prize to you. I'm going to read those names back at my desk where I'm actually going to give you the answer to your first trivia question. So come meet me over at my desk here, the command center, if you will. Actually, this is far from the command center. This is just my desk. Levi's actually at the command center. He's got like 30 pairs of headphones on right now, a microphone, and the mouse is just clicking everywhere. So again, Harold Schaefer, John L. Nicholas, Brendan Smith, Tim Kauk, and Holt Price. Congratulations to you all. You're going to get some good music, a clip-on tuner, and a nice little sticker for your guitar case. Now, I think I should update you all on the total, but before I do that, let's go ahead and get you your first trivia answer. Just for a quick reminder, your question was this: how many lessons has G4V conducted since the program's inception? Well, I'm happy to say, if you answered D, you're 100% correct. Over 30,000 lessons. Over 30,000 lessons have been conducted by G4V chapters all across the country, and 3,000 plus veterans have graduated, continuing their healing journey with guitar in hand, which is so exciting and so awesome to just know that many lessons have been conducted by the folks at G4V and chapters all across the United States. It's pretty awesome. So huge thanks and kudos to the folks volunteering for G4V. That goes from the administrative staff to the volunteer teachers to the folks organizing to the students themselves. Really, everybody's helping make this program buzz right along and grow significantly, as you'll come to find out later. I actually had to change some answers to trivia because things have grown even since I created these trivia questions. It's pretty darn amazing. All right, so if you're just joining us, welcome to the Guitars for Vets fundraiser bonanza, I'm calling it. The G4V fundraising bonanza webathon. If I can think of any other descriptors, I'll throw those in the next round. See what we can come up with. But thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. For those of you who are still tuning in or tuned in, thank you. For those those of you who are just tuning in, welcome. The whole point of this is to have it be the culmination of our Guitars for Vets fundraising efforts as a Guitar Geek community. Wish all the veterans out there happy Veterans Day. And I just want to dig right in. I'm going to be doing some live performances on the Thompson OM. That's up for auction right now at atforvets.com. You can still donate via Facebook. You can find a link to that at atforvets.com. And you can still purchase an amazing Acoustic Tuesday for Vets t-shirt, hooded sweatshirt, baby doll, crop top, whatever your style is. You can still get those at atforvets.com as well. In fact, you're going to see some pictures of your very own Guitar Geek family with those shirts on here a little bit later. But I do want to dig in and see where we're currently at. So Facebook, let's see what the donation's at. Whoa, wow, okay. Well, you guys rock. We're at $12,118 at the moment, which today, when I started writing down numbers, we were at $9,700. So thank you for answering the call, Guitar Geeks. Make sure to keep telling your friends about it. And if you haven't donated yet, you still have time. atforvets.com. Go ahead and plunk your donation in. Every little bit counts. Seriously, every little bit counts. And if you can't donate monetarily, please just share this fundraiser, whether that's sharing the live stream right now and say, hey, you got to check this out. This is a really good cause. Please share the heck out of this, because the more Guitar Geeks we get uniting right now, the better it will feel and the closer we'll get to 583 and hopefully surpass that, which is my guess at the number of people that will be involved. Let me check on the t-shirt sales here. I'd love to bump these I'm actually amazed at the amount of Acoustic Tuesday for Whoa, this went up significantly as well. 762 shirts sold. We started at 743. That brings the total to proceeds generated through t-shirts alone, $11,458. Holy smokes. And let me just check in on the guitar auction. I want to see if that's okay. It looks like we got a little movement. $50 increment. It's up to $4,600. Remember, that's a $6,200 guitar, and from a builder that their team is amazing. Really, truly, their team is unreal. I just recently got some pictures from Christine, who works at Thompson, and she said, here's Jameson in the setup department setting up that OM, and it's a picture of him setting up the OM. It's so cool. So I just am excited to dig in today. Now, in true Acoustic Tuesday fashion, again, I know it's a Monday, but this is a special edition of Acoustic Tuesday because, well, we're fundraising for Guitars for Vets, darn it. I want to do another trivia question because they're fun. So G4V Trivia Round 2. Roughly how many G4V chapters are currently in operation? A, 80, B, 59, C, 46, or D, 32? Go ahead and ponder that, and in a little bit, I'll go ahead and offer up an answer for you. But next up, I wanted to take a sneak peek into a chapter specifically. In fact, one of the cool things about G4V is there's chapters across the United States, as that trivia question alluded to, but specifically, where better to go than the Music City, Nashville. So there's a fella that created a video specifically surrounding the G4V Nashville chapter. You get to see some students, you get to hear from an instructor, and it's just another great insight into the program. So let's have a look at that video right now.
Guitars for Vets is a national charity that benefits veterans through music. Specifically, we partner with Veterans Administration and veterans that are referred to our program by their recreational therapist or caseworker, and they receive 10 one-hour lessons. They receive a loaner guitar where they're going through the program, and when they finish the program, they get their own guitar for free, and along with a bunch of accessories, a strap, tuner, a stand, etc. Guitars for Vets was founded in 2007 when guitar instructor Patrick Nedesheim up in Wisconsin and one of his students, a Vietnam-era Marine, decided that this is something that they should bring to the VA to benefit other veterans. They realized that this was an opportunity for someone that was struggling with various, issues related to their service perhaps, could recapture some joy, and it's an opportunity for positive human interaction. And that was really the seed, as I understand it, that started the charity, and it is growing every day. There's 50 or 60 chapters in the country, and it's even moving beyond the national borders.
The benefits I got from the program has been me being able to learn a new thing, learn new ideas, learn how to think outside the box, and how to be able to relax, and how be able to progress beyond where I was stuck at, in a sense, through my rehabilitation.
So I was going through counseling, and then they showed me the recreational therapy, and then I seen the guitars for vets, and I figured I'd try it out. Haven't ever really played one, and then when I started playing, I realized it did a lot of help. So, and then playing at home, it's done a lot, brought me and my son closer, and then also my stepdaughters, they like to play with me, so that helped out a lot with family too.
It was wonderful. My instructor was David. I ain't saying the other instructor ain't good, but he was the best thing that happened to me. And the reason why I said that, because he had a lot of patience with me. So I'm not a younger bit, up in age a little bit, and he took pride in it, and then once I got to picking a little bit here and there, I started doing pretty good, and then I loved it. I only loved it because that once I was in there and little time passed by, it was just, I got relaxed till, I just enjoyed going. I didn't miss a day. I couldn't miss no day, because I was ready to go. And David, he was a big part of that. And I'm sure all the other instructors are good too. I only can speak for him because he's the one that taught me. And I learned a lot from that.
Hi, I'm Brandon Branham, Chapter Coordinator for Guitars for Vets here in Nashville, Tennessee. As you saw in our video, the healing power of music is very powerful. With your continued support, you can help us continue the mission of putting the healing power of music into the hands of heroes. For more information, visit our website at guitarsforvets.org. And again, thank you for the support.
Pretty great to see the inner workings of a chapter, and it's good to know that that's not just unique to the Nashville chapter. That's nationwide. That these chapters meet, they teach guitar and really hand over the healing power of music to the folks that need it most, the folks that are having PTSD problems and just kind of that readjustment from service life to civilian life after deployment. So really great insight to the chapter. I want to thank the folks at the G4V Nashville chapter for doing that, and I want to dig right into some donor videos right now. Again, we had the acoustic guitar community just showed up in a big bad way. In fact, what I think is one of the best builders of the modern era, one of the best small builders, small bench luthiers of the modern era, Jason Kostel, who studied with Irvin Samogi and went to I believe he went to the Roberto Venn Luthery School down in Taos, New Mexico. I think it's in Taos. Anyways, I digress. He's got quite a few accolades, and he's a veteran himself. In fact, I want you to know a little bit more about how he got into guitar building, and there was a wonderful interview conducted by the North American Guitar. This is just a small snippet of it, but I want you to get a sense of who Jason is, so here that interview is.
So I was fortunate that I was living in Georgia at the time, and Kent Everett was right in the Atlanta area, and was able to reach out to him and ultimately have an opportunity to learn really the foundation of guitar building through him. And my intent at the time, honestly, was not to pursue a career in this. That if you had said to me, you're going to become a luthier, I would have laughed. It just was not even in my mind. I had no prior woodworking experience other than building a little Pinewood Derby car when I was a Cub Scout as a kid. And the very first day that I was at Kent's, he said something along the lines of like, when you start to do this, you're going to be bit by the bug, and your whole life is going to change. And that is exactly what happened. I found myself fascinated with the tools and the process. I've always been kind of process oriented, and so learning how to build a guitar felt very comfortable to me. And I enjoyed looking at the different techniques and procedures and thinking, how can I do it differently, or what different things could I do? And it just seemed to really tap into all these different parts of my brain that were not being utilized at the time.
All right, so now you know a little bit more about Jason, how he got into guitar building. Let's actually hear one of his instruments. This is a wonderful demo done by somebody who I think you might see as a familiar face. Again, that's Jason Costel, and if you ever get a chance to see one of his guitars in person, seize the opportunity. If you ever get a chance to play one of his guitars, seize the opportunity. They're truly, truly incredible. In fact, Michael Watts, whom some of you may have known through the Acoustic Tuesday show, is a great fingerstyle player. He plays Jason Costel guitars, and Jason Costel is actually building a guitar for Jimmy Carter, which I thought is pretty darn awesome as well. We featured that a couple of weeks ago in the Acoustic Life Journal, which is just, it was, when I found that out, I was like, whoa, baby. Now, when we talk about the acoustic guitar geek community banding together, it really knows no bounds. And this next donor comes from the Czech Republic. They found out we were doing this fundraiser. They wanted to help. And I'm just proud to thank Furk Guitars from the Czech Republic for donating, making a monetary donation to Guitars for Vets. And I found this wonderful interview with Adrian Ballou, who's an Acoustic Tuesday artist, describing how he decided upon Furk Guitars. And he's just an amazing player. You're going to see some playing, and he's going to answer that all too timely question. What's the deal with Furk Guitars?
Furk sort of chose me as my main instrument. I was traveling several years ago with my mentor, Antoine Dufour, and we did a small tour and we ended up at the Healdsburg Guitar Festival, which is in Santa Ana, California, or was rather. And we would spend most of the day trying all these exquisite builds from different luthiers around the world, some of the most expensive instruments in the world. And then at night we would stay with his friend who had his old Furk guitar. And it was like night and day for me. I'd spend all night playing this instrument, and it was like, wow, this instrument's better than almost all the instruments I've played today. And one of the things that I've always had a lot of trouble with is being gun shy about applying my right hand technique to the top of the guitar. And this has been an issue with me for many acoustic guitars, but when it comes to the Furk, there's so much structural stability, so much strength in the top, and it doesn't sacrifice any of the tone. So that's why Furk has become my weapon of choice, is the characteristic of the tone, the quality, and then also the stability of the top.
All right, thanks to the folks at Furk Guitars, and of course Adrian Ballou for playing amazing music and playing a Furk. It's they're phenomenal instruments, and to the best of my knowledge, they just got U.S. distribution. So I think you're going to start seeing them more and more in the U.S., which is really, really exciting. And then another guitar maker I want to feature. We're going to go head to Michigan for this one. In fact, this is a guitar maker that I absolutely am enamored with. Matt and the folks at Mule Resophonic Guitars, they make some incredible instruments, and I own one. He sent it to us for me to review, and I was like, Matt, I'm not giving you this back. What does it cost? And those are that's the kind of effect these instruments have. And Mule Resophonic Guitars was so kind enough to make a monetary donation, purchase an Acoustic Tuesday for Vets t-shirt, a sweatshirt, I believe, actually. Matt even posed in a kilt. That's coming up on an Acoustic Tuesday episode, so you'll see that. But let's have a listen to Charlie Parr playing his wooden body Mule Resophonic guitar.
CC Rider, see what you have done. CC Rider, see what you done. CC Rider, see what you have done. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
so cool to see Charlie Parr playing a mule guitar. I had a chance to play that very wooden-bodied mule Resophonic guitar, and it's cool to see, a dear friend of mine, Charlie, playing another dear friend of mine, Matt's guitars. It's just, it's a small world, and that's what I mean about this acoustic guitar geek community bonding and kind of coming together for a greater purpose. And obviously, we're here today to celebrate Veterans Day and the Acoustic Tuesday for Vets and the Guitars for Vets organization. And you all have showed up in a huge way. Remember, we're still taking donations. You can go to at4vets.com. You can, of course, make a monetary donation through Facebook. And, of course, that enters you into a giveaway for an acoustic guitar fun package. In fact, I'm going to be giving some of those away here in just a little bit. Also, later on in the show, I'll be giving away 3 tone-right devices, a Wasinator dropkick pedal, and a Thompson Guitars t-shirt. So plenty of opportunities to come away with something, and all for a simple donation via that Facebook fundraiser. If you don't have Facebook, don't worry. Go to guitars4vets.org. You can make a donation right from their page there. You can also bid on a beautiful Thompson OM size guitar. You can find that information at at4vets.com. And in fact, we're going to look at some pictures coming up here. You can still purchase Acoustic Tuesday for Vets merchandise, and all the proceeds for those purchases, goes to Guitars for Vets as well. So let's dig into some of our Guitar Geek family. Let's head over to Cambridge, Massachusetts. And this is from Mark G. He just says, thank you for your service, fellow vets. Guitar Geeks Unite. Simple and straightforward. I love it, Mark. Thank you for your support. Next, Oakdale, Louisiana. This picture might be familiar to you if you opened one of our emails in the last couple days. Ryan B. from Oakdale, Louisiana. I think what you guys are doing is awesome for the vets. I will submit a guitar solo later. Been wanting to for a while. We are faithful followers of the show. Thanks, guys, for being our Guitar Geek family. Well, thank you for your support, Ryan, and his lovely wife there. Next, Syracuse, New York. Don P. says this: hey, this is my Shaky Graves starter kit. A 14-inch kick drum made from an American Tourister suitcase and a Canadian Godin 5th Avenue. Proud to be part of G4V and the TAC family. It's kind of a rhyme there, part of G4V, TAC family. Yeah, I was a rapper, probably never. Anyways, heading over to Norton, Ohio. This is a little bit of a donation alert. Robert R. says, I just took off my Guitar Arsenal hoodie, but I donated 3 guitars to Mike G., the coordinator of Guitars for Vets in Ohio. A Yamaha 325, a Woody James LP clone that he helped build, a pre-owned MIA. Met him for lunch in Lorain, Ohio. So pretty awesome. Cool for a donation there. Thank you, Robert. And I also want to mention, my dad actually just donated a guitar to the Guitars for Vets chapter in Wisconsin. I believe he headed down to Appleton for that. But he called me. He was all pumped. So I want to thank my dad for that as well. And then heading over to my hometown, Schaumburg, Illinois. This is Tom A. He says, I'm a proud TAC member who's recapturing the joy. This beauty, the guitar, was my high school graduation present in May 1970. It's an Ovation Balladeer 2 12-string and needs some love, but it still has the most amazing tone and sound I've ever heard. It serenaded my friends, girlfriends, wife, and kids and kept me incredible company over the last 50 years. I love the mission and the cause. Have the sweatshirt and a tee. Keep this going, Tony. Indeed, indeed, we will. Thank you for your support, Tom. And I probably should play a little bit of guitar here, but again, I want to mention, for those of you who might be just joining us, please head to at4vets.com. We're in the midst of a monstrous fundraiser, and in just the short time we've been live here, the donation amount has gone from $9,700 to, at least when I last refreshed, a little over $12,000, which is amazing. That's not to mention the shirts. All those proceeds go to Guitars for Vets, as well as the auction on the guitar I'm about to play. So let me meet you in the little performance zone. I'm going to play a tune and describe it for you. Pretty fast change on that, huh, Levi?
That was real nice.
Yeah, I'm getting real smooth. I'm getting worried about this guitar, or this jersey in the guitar. It's really going to interfere my playing. Poor. I know. Well, I really just wanted to show off my arms. Just been working out real hard. So this next song is in Dadgad tuning, and like I said, I've played this guitar throughout the weekend just to get used to it and mess with some tuning. So if a string breaks, it's because I've messed with tunings pretty much all weekend and haven't changed the strings. So it's a 50-50 chance, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. The strings are feeling strong, I should say. So this song is entitled The Last Breath of Bates Mill, and it was actually inspired. Whoops, I should raise that string up there. This is the one that I'm scared of. As my finger was turning the tuning peg, my knuckle cracked, and I thought that was the string starting to go. It was not the case. Little moment of suspense for us. So this is dadgad tuning, kind of also referred to as modal tuning. And this song that I'm about to play is entitled Last Breath of Bates Mill. It was actually inspired when I first got my bourgeois guitar. I read a lot about some of the industry in Maine being a lot of mills and things like that, and how it was kind of dying. And then I heard that bourgeois was located in an old mill, and I thought, I wonder if it was the Bates Mill, because apparently that was the last one that was thriving at the time. Anyways, this isn't a history lesson. I just wanted to give you a little insight into the name of the tune. After I play this song, I'm going to go ahead and pick another 5 winners of the Acoustic Guitar Geek Pack. So stay tuned for that. So here's the tune. Well, thanks everybody. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's give away some stuff. This is going to be for an Acoustic Guitar Geek package. 2 of my albums, different albums. Don't worry, not 2 of the same. Unless you want to give one to a friend, that's fine too. I mean, Christmas is coming up. Fishman clip-on tuner and an Acoustic Life sticker for your guitar case. Let me pull out 5 names. Do you have any extras you want to throw in here?
I do. Can you spell for it?
I can keep spinning and really mix them up good.
I think you need to come over and say hey to the people.
Are you? Oh, I got 2 that just jumped out at me. So 2 winners have already been selected. Go ahead and throw those in.
Oh, there she is.
There we go.
I'm a real person doing real things here.
All right, here we go. So 2 have already been selected. They're just laying on the table. Let me open it up and grab 3 more. 1, 2. I'm trying my best here. Okay, so there's 4. Okay, that's that. I see the other one. Okay, here we go. So we got Nick Costadero. Congratulations to you. Sarah Yowell Williams. Congratulations to you. Cole K from Texas. Congratulations to you. Thanks for the donation, everybody in here. This is really amazing. Marco Rizzo, congratulations. And Robert Carhart Jr., god darn it, I see your name all over the place. Congratulations to you. Remember, if I called your name, and I'll recite these when I get back to the desk, if I called your name to claim your prize, please email info@tonypolecastro.com, and we'll go ahead and connect with you, get your shipping address, and get these prizes out to you. Meet me back at the desk. We're going to continue on this partay and get your trivia question answered. All right. Let me go ahead and reread those names, and then I'll refresh, because I'm just compulsive, and I want to refresh real bad. Robert Carhart Jr., congratulations. Marco Rizzo, Cole Kemble, Sarah Yowell Williams, and Nick Custodero. Congratulations to you. That's all for an Acoustic Guitar Geek prize pack, 2 albums, a Fishman clip-on tuner, and an Acoustic Live sticker for your guitar case. Our next giveaway, I'm going to be giving away 5 different amazing things. In fact, I'm actually going to give away something in our last round that I wasn't sure I was going to give away. It's hard for me to part with, but I'll let you know what that is. Believe me, it's a rare opportunity, so I'll just say that. It wasn't planned. In fact, I don't even think Levi or Allie know what I'm planning on giving away, but it was just a game time decision. I just went for it. You know?
You hinted.
How? Oh, you did? Okay. I did hint. You're right.
Yeah.
Perceptive, Levi, perceptive. I think I said it exactly, maybe.
Yeah, that wasn't really a hint.
So that's coming up. Congratulations again to the folks that have won so far. Let's just do a quick refresh here and see what we're at. We started the day on Facebook at $9,785. Currently, we're at $12,743. That's an additional $3,000 raised in just a mere, I think, less than an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. That's pretty amazing. So keep up the great work. Make sure to share this fundraiser with your friends. Now, if you're wondering what your Guitar Geek trivia answer was, let me quickly rephrase the question, or actually I'll just go ahead and reread the question. Roughly how many G4V chapters are currently in operation? A, 80, B, 59, C, 46, or D, 32? If you answered, well, those are actually all wrong, but if you answered A, 80, you were close. Upon further research, there's actually over 80 active chapters. There's now about 100 active chapters for G4V operating in more than 40 states. If you wish to start a chapter in your area or to help volunteer, please reach out to G4V via their website at guitars4vets.org. Whether you want to just help organize, whether you want to help teach, please reach out to them. All the volunteers are fantastic, and they could use all the help that we can offer as a Guitar Geek community. So again, reach out to them if you have the time and if you want to get involved. And of course, for any information on the fundraising efforts we're doing right now, please head to at4vets.com. You can make a donation via our Facebook fundraiser. You can still purchase Acoustic Tuesday for Vets shirts. And of course, you can get a link to bid on that fancy Preston Thompson OM size guitar that I've been playing so far. And I've got 2 more songs coming up as well. So I'm excited to dig into those. Interesting tuning that I want to share with you as well. But let's go ahead and dig in. So for those of you who are just joining us, welcome to the Guitars for Vets fundraising Bonanza Webathon. I think I got all the descriptors in there. And we are just well on our way to just donating a whole bunch. In fact, I'm going to report on numbers here in a little bit, but things are looking really good, and I am incredibly proud of each and every one of you guitar geeks that are contributing to this cause, that are spending time with us today. We're very thankful, and so is the Guitars for Vets organization. I had a wonderful chance to sit down with Patrick earlier last week and via digital call, and he was so excited that we're doing this, and I'm so excited that he created such an amazing program. That does such good work. That really brings the meaning to playing guitar. It holds such a deeper meaning for each and every one of us. It's all, we're all on our unique guitar journey. But ultimately, I think we can say, as a guitar geek, whether you just started or you've been playing for a bit, you've probably felt that magic that the acoustic guitar holds. And that's the kind of magic that Guitars for Vets is spreading. And I'm so excited that you are all involved in this. In fact, one of my main tasks this last weekend was to reach out to different donors, and I've got a surprising story about Gibson. But first, before I dig into that, I've got another Guitar Geek trivia question for you, and it is this. This is a very pertinent question. How much of a donation is needed to put just one veteran through the G4V program? Is it A, $100, B, $150, C, $200, or D, $250? Go ahead and ponder that, and I will soon give you the answer. Now, as I mentioned, I was trying to reach out to different music industry folks to see if they would be interested in becoming involved in this program. And I had a long list of donors, and I can't wait to announce some of them to you because there's some really great names on here. Some you're familiar with, some you're not. But one of them, which I'm assuming you're familiar with, was Gibson. And Gibson, to me, has always been one of those companies, and I don't mean any ill will here. I feel like they've been hard to approach. But I got in touch with Dendy, who's in charge of the Gibson Foundation. And so I had a great talk with Dendy, and he said, man, I'd love to get involved, but, and my heart sank a little bit. He's like, we just donated a bunch of guitars and strings to the Guitars for Vets organization. So I was like, my heart went from sinking to like soaring through the sky on a rainbow, riding a unicorn. It was amazing. In fact, I was so interested in this donation, I had to do a little research to see if I could come up with anything to show you all at the kind of amazing expanse of this donation. So I found a news segment from the folks in Nashville reporting on Gibson's donation. So without further ado, let's have a look.
Veterans Day is just around the corner, and Gibson Guitar wants to help.
This is really an interesting story. The guitar maker legend works with vets to help them play that instrument and prove that music can help make their post-war lives better. News 4's Terry Bolger shows us.
When beginners play guitar, it doesn't sound like this. That's former Air Force Master Sergeant Brandon Branham on that Gibson Les Paul olive drab guitar.
Yeah, it's an escape. There's a lot of worse things that they could be involved with. Drugs, alcohol, violence. This is a great alternative.
In its custom-made, make-to-measure factory, Gibson Guitar Today donated 50 guitars to veterans, promising to teach them how to play.
You wouldn't know it by the hair maybe, but my father was General Curley. I grew up in a military environment, and I couldn't be more proud of this Guitars for Vets combination with Gibson.
The sound medically proven to reduce stress and combat PTSD.
That's what this guitar does. It gives you that moment where the world kind of goes away for a little bit, and all you have is just you and the music.
The donation and adoption, in a way, of a new, hopefully lifelong friend. Terry Bolger, News 4.
On behalf of the Guitar Geek community and Guitars for Vets, I just want to thank the folks at Gibson. I feel like sometimes they get a bad rap, but they are an awesome company, a great American company that builds great guitars, and they do some wonderful donations as well. So huge thanks to the folks at Gibson. Keep doing awesome work. Really, it's so cool to see. A couple other donors that I want to highlight. These folks, again, some you may not have heard of, some you may have, but you need to know about them. They're part of our world, they're part of our community, so let's dig right in. When I sent out an email to the following company, I had only reviewed their Acoustic system. And it's a company called Music Nomad, and they specialize in products to help keep your guitar in the best health possible. And the response I got from them was stunning. They were all over it. They're like, this aligns with exactly what we want to do. We want to help musicians keep their instruments in tip-top shape, and we want to help musicians thrive. And they offer so many different services via their website. The company is called Music Nomad. You may recognize them from polishes, their tools, some of the different accessories they offer. Really an amazing company with their heart in the right place. So let's hear from the founder of Music Nomad.
The last 5 years have been focused on developing the best
instrument care products in the world. And I know surface care, I know how to make cleaning and care products. So I said if I can combine the two, that would be awesome. So I went out and said, I wonder if they have a range of products that would fit my standards that I've come to create, which are pretty high, for instrument care. And for a year, I researched and bought every single type of instrument care product out there and messed around with them and studied all the different types of surfaces that are on instruments and thought that I could do it better. And so that was the foundation of Music Nomad 5 years ago when we developed the equipment care products. It's hard to say what my favorite product is. They're all my favorite because we've created them and put so much love into each one of them. But our customers have lots of favorite products, and they're all different. A lot of our customers love the simplicity and design functionality of our Cradle Cube. We get praised every day for our revolutionary formulas in our Guitar 1 and F1 oil. Our Nomad tool is one of the greatest products we've done that people didn't know they needed until they got one, and now they don't know what they do without it. Our humidifiers are used by tens of thousands of musicians every day to make sure that their guitars and stringed instruments are safe, and then our new band and orchestra line is gaining fans every day. The reason that people want to buy
huge thanks to the folks at Music Nomad for their incredibly generous donation. Their response was littered with so many wonderful compliments about what the Guitar Geek community is doing and also how much it aligns with their personal values as a company. In fact, they really rose to the occasion, so I want to just offer a huge heartfelt thanks to them for contributing to this awesome cause. The next feature, you probably are familiar with them, and I'll get to them in a second, but I want to highlight a comment I just saw, and actually Allie made me aware of this. She said, hey, remember Fernando N? A while ago on Tony's Acoustic Challenge, we did this contest. It was the 30 Days to Play Guitar Challenge, where we have this program that takes somebody from not really knowing anything about guitar and giving them fun things to play and kind of getting a nice solid foundation built in about 30 days, hence the name. And Fernando actually submitted a video and won the contest. And Fernando is actually a vet, and he won himself a Martin 0018. And as a thank you, he actually sent over, not only is Fernando N a vet, but he's also an incredibly awesome chef. So he sent over some really wonderful sauces. Allie, I don't know if you've had any yet. Have you had any of them?
The mango Thai
yeah,
sauce.
I know, it's really good. So I want to thank Fernando, but he just mentioned, he says, hey, I start a Guitars for Vets lesson next Monday, November 18th at the VA in Viera, Florida. So excited to get started. And I thought that was just such a cool, kind of almost a full circle moment. So congratulations again, Fernando, on winning the guitar and also for, hopping in with the Guitars for Vets program and starting your lessons. And I also want to say hi to Captain Rick. He says, Tony, thank you from an Army vet. So thank you for tuning in, Rick. We certainly appreciate that. And, Vic G, I just saw that. The Cradle Cube is ingenious. That's another Music Nomad product. Really, if you go to their website, you think of anything that you could need for an acoustic guitar, they probably have it. And even things that you think you might not need, but once you find out they exist, you're like, whoa, that would make life a lot easier. That's the kind of stuff they come up with, and it's a pretty incredible company. And speaking of incredible companies, a huge, huge thank you to the folks at Thompson Guitars out in Sisters, Oregon. I'm a huge fan of their instruments. Oops, I just lost a tuner. I'm a huge fan of their instruments. And they so generously donated this really fine Thompson OM for us to auction off. Again, that auction is live right now at vets.com, at4vets.com. Just go there and see what it's at. In fact, I'll just give you a live update. I don't know if it's changed. Oh, it went up again. It's now at $4,650. Again, that guitar retails at $6,200, so that's a hell of an opportunity to not only get a great guitar, but have the funds go to a really, really awesome cause, a really worthy cause. So tell your friends about it. Join together and go ahead and bid on that guitar as a group, as a Guitar Geek group. I mean, I could see maybe if you have a jam group or something like that, some folks you get together with, maybe making some calls. The auction ends in about 5 hours, so you can make some calls and say, hey, how much are you willing to put in? Add up the total, set your max bid, boom. There's going to be snipes at the end. That's how eBay works. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to offer a game plan for y'all. But again, huge thanks to the folks at Thompson Guitars out in Sisters, Oregon. In fact, I think we would be silly to not feature this next artist playing this fantastic Thompson guitar. So I'm not even going to name her because, well, you'll just see, and then we'll gush a little bit when we come back. So here's a clip of a pretty awesome artist.
This is Rain and Snow. He took me for his wife. He gave me trouble all my life. He left me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow. He left me out in the cold rain and snow.
Yes, that is none other than Molly Tuttle playing her Brazilian Rosewood Dreadnought, built by the folks at Thompson Guitars. Again, I can't say enough amazing things about them as a team. From the Christine and the folks, kind of in the office, administrative things, all the way to the folks working in the shop. They have a great thing going, and their guitars are stunning. I have a Thompson Dread that I love that's got Cuban mahogany back and sides, and it's just it's a cannon. It's just a cannon. I was gonna say 100% cannon, but how could it be anything related to Acoustic Tuesday if I failed to mention Molly Tuttle? So it happened. We got to mention her again, and I'm pretty darn excited. I just noticed a comment from Chuck H. He says, "Tony, this is so awesome. Thanks from a 25-year Air Force vet." And the reason I selected that is because I want to thank Chuck for his service, of course, but I also want to say this. Chuck was the winner of a guitar at the Acoustic Life Festival this past June. And we raffled off this guitar, and I didn't even add this to our total yet. This is one of those little nuggets that I just keep till later. You never know what's coming. You got to stick around to the end. In fact, invite your friends. I want to hit the 583 viewer mark, and Levi's getting a little cocky over there. He thinks his estimate is accurate. But I wanted to say that Chuck H won a Santa Cruz Vintage Southerner via raffle at the Acoustic Life Festival. And that raffle raised over $11,000 for Guitars for Vets. So I want to offer a huge thank you to the folks at Santa Cruz Guitar Company, Richard Hoover and Carolyn, who's my main point of contact there. What an incredible group of people. Just really kind and always willing to take the time to communicate. In fact, Carolyn was she bent over backwards to make sure the guitar was here for the Acoustic Life Festival. And when Chuck won it, I think he was as stunned as I was. In fact, I remember reading the winning ticket number, and it was just this big silence. And afterwards, I'm like, Chuck, why didn't you just scream? He's like, I couldn't believe it was me. And also, my wife sold him the winning ticket number. I don't know if there was a conspiracy there, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't. It was a blind raffle. We're using the same raffle wheel, I promise. But just to offer you a little perspective on Santa Cruz Guitar Company, it's a small shop. It's this interesting thing. It's not a single builder. It's not a huge factory. But rather than me try and tell you about it, let me just let Richard Hoover tell you about it. He tells it best because, well, he started the Santa Cruz Guitar Company. So here it is.
That's really what it was. It wasn't a struggle and an aspiration to make something out of guitar making. It was just guitar making fit.
That yonder city, oh Lord, and it's not
Pretty unique. We're not a factory. We're not a single builder, and we're not a small company building like the big companies. And we really are custom shop. That's what we do. What happens when you walk in this room is we're in a controlled environment. It's the middle of the world in temperature and humidity, because we make guitars that can go to Stockholm, Sweden in the winter where there's no moisture, or Singapore anytime where it's super humid. And the guitar can shrink and swell probably about 3/8 of an inch. And no one has a sense of humor about a crack, you know, in their $4,000 guitar. So by building in the center of that, we have the broadest bandwidth of comfort as the guitar travels around.
And a stranger traveling through this wearisome land.
What you'll see here, what we're really doing different is, as I explained, first and foremost, we make a fraction of the guitars that large companies do. We make less guitars in a year than some companies make in a day.
All right, so there you have it. Richard Hoover from the Santa Cruz Guitar Company. Really amazing people. In fact, I saw Vic G say, the folks at SCGC are so awesome, and they really are. They've always been really enthusiastic about everything we've done on Acoustic Tuesday, and anytime I've reached out for even information, they're just there. So if you ever have a chance to play one of their guitars, please do so. Take that opportunity, because they make some really incredible stuff. And Richard Hoover is just again another one of those guitar geeks with just a wealth of knowledge. Okay, I got one more donor to highlight. Then I want to look at some shirt pictures. I want to feature a couple comments because there's some interesting conversation happening. And I want to play another song on that guitar. That guitar, again, that you can bid on at at4vets.com. There's a link to an eBay auction that's live right now. It ends in about 5 hours, so get your bids in. Team up with your Guitar Geek buddies and get a stellar guitar at a great price, with all the proceeds going to an awesome, awesome cause, Guitars for Vets, of course. Now, our next donor donated a guitar to the Guitars for Vets program, was challenged by Jason Costel to do so, and they rose to the occasion. I want to feature Guitar Gallery based out of Nashville. If you're looking for a demo of a small bench luthier, or kind of one of those off-the-wall, under-the-radar guitars that you might want to be the only one that knows about it, Guitar Gallery is your place. Robin at the Guitar Gallery, I think they do a wonderful job of curating an amazing collection of some really talented luthiers. And speaking of talented luthiers, I figured I want to feature one of their reviews. What better guitar to feature than a Jason Costel guitar reviewed by the folks at Guitar Gallery? So here it is. Huge thanks to the folks at Guitar Gallery, Robin, and everybody involved. I would strongly recommend you frequent their website. A lot of times they post used arrivals, and you see things like Beauregard guitars used at great prices. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that they get. Luthiers that might not have a lot of guitars out there, but somehow Guitar Gallery finds them and sells them to guitar geeks like you and me. So pretty awesome to have them involved. So thank you to Robin, and of course for Jason Costel actually challenging them. It's pretty awesome. So let's have a look at some shirt pictures from our very own Guitar Geek family. Before we do that, I want to call attention to the fact that shirts are still available. If you go to at4vets.com, there's a link that'll take you directly to the shirt page. To date, let me just refresh this because this is exciting. I've mentioned that I'm a compulsive refresher, and I just did it again. We have sold 768 shirts for a total donation of $11,533 to the folks at Guitars for Vets. That's pretty amazing, and I want to challenge everybody on here right now. Now, the holidays are coming up. Keep that in mind. But I would love to bring that total to, say, like over 800 shirts. That's only 32 more. 32 is my lucky number. I think all the stars are aligning. So I challenge you to see if you can encourage your fellow guitar geeks to push that shirt number above 800. It's just, I'm just saying. I know Charlie said that, I'm just saying. Anyways, I want to mention a couple of comments before I go into some of these t-shirt features. T-shirt features. Okay, anyways. Steve says this. Frettin' A Group, which is a jam group, is going to see Molly Tuttle tomorrow night in Toronto. Looking forward to the show. Well, I'm looking forward for you guys. Make sure to tell her that Tony from Acoustic Tuesday says hi, and that if she ever wants to tune into a show, we'll probably be mentioning her. So, yeah, just let her know that I said that. Tell her I said hi. And that I look forward to her coming back to Bozeman, Montana, maybe for an interview one of these days. I don't know. Just saying again. And I also want to highlight a comment from Eric Evans. He said, "I'm one of the vets you saved. Thank you." Eric, thanks for that comment, but this community is what's saving the vets right now, and that's something I want to underscore, and something that is really crazy. It's hard for me to even talk about without getting a little choked up, is to see all the people involved here and to see all the good vibes and all the goodwill going towards the Guitars for Vets organization, helping one another. It's really crazy. It's pretty awesome. It's unbelievable, actually. So thank you, everybody, for your support. Guitars for Vets thanks you. I thank you. Everybody here at Acoustic Tuesday, Acoustic Life thanks you. So let's take a look at some pictures of some shirts, some Guitar Geeks in shirts. Now, this next picture has a really funny story. I have to share it with you because it's too good to be true. So let me go ahead and read the description here. This is Guy B from Ruskin, Florida. He says, "Hey, this is my girl Penny and I, and we've had these G4V shirts for 2 months. We're retired in Florida and had to wait for the snowbirds to return for someone to take this picture. I was the lucky one not to get drafted in the 1970 draft lottery, but we both have had friends that never came home from Vietnam and friends that did not make it here either. And we are so proud to help all the vets, the warriors that give us our freedom to wear these shirts. Now, as for the guitars, I was also the lucky winner of the Andrew White guitar giveaway. So pictured are the Andrew White, the famous Ovation that burnt up in a fire, and his girls Martin. Can't tell you how happy this guitar has made me and has improved my playing. I was a TAC member for a year and am still with the Guitar Wizard and would like to thank all of the TAC community for their support. I will treasure this guitar forever and can always say Tony Polecastro played this guitar. Thanks to all. Guitar Geeks Unite." I couldn't think of a better, more deserving winner than Guy for that Andrew White guitar giveaway, because his Ovation was burnt in a house fire. I want to say his house got struck by lightning. The guitar took the brunt of it, and he won this guitar. So pretty awesome to see. Anyways, awesome Guitar Geek stuff there. Next, let's head over to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and take a look at Bob G sporting his Acoustic Tuesday for Vets shirt. Now, Bob is a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. We're not going to hold that against him. I lost another tuner. And he says this: "Happy and proud to be associated with AT for Vets. Wore my shirt to an open mic with lots of questions from all those guitar geeks and vets. Posted that performance in TAC open mic forum, but unfortunately, my guitar hid my shirt logo. Thank you, TAC, for creating the AT for Vets campaign and for making a difference." Next, let's head over to Arlington, Texas, and take a look at Bradford M. And he says, "Hey, Tony, Bradford M here. Just a line to say thank you to all of our vets and to you for giving me the opportunity to allow me and my practice buddy to help with this great work. I purchased the tee and sweatshirt, and we got 5 stickers for all my friends. Guitar Geeks Uniting." And then we got another couple pictures here. Joshua from Greenville, Tennessee, sporting his shirt. Kendall K from Newton, Pennsylvania. And I want to say I saw a comment from Kendall K earlier on this live stream. So if you're watching, Kendall, thank you for supporting the cause and getting a shirt. And then lastly, from Austin, Texas, Albert D, sporting his shirt. And his guitar even has a shirt, by golly. I mean, if everybody just bought a shirt for themselves and their guitar, I mean, we would have doubled our shirt sales. Right now, it would have been 1,600 shirts. But pretty awesome stuff. Now, I do want to play another song for you all. But again, I want you to know that the guitar I'm about to play is a Thompson OM. It is on a live auction right now, and you could win it. You could bid on it. Go to at4vets.com to, again, make a Facebook donation or make a donation to our Facebook fundraiser. You can also purchase an Acoustic Tuesday for Vets shirt. Remember, we're at about 782 or 780. I forgot the number. I want to get to 800. And then, of course, you can find a link to the eBay auction on this fine Thompson guitar. I'm going to head over there and play this guitar for you right now. Another quick switch. There's tuners laying all over the floor because I keep knocking them off the desk. Part of being, having some Italian heritage is talking with your hands excessively. And I do that. I do that real well. So this next tune, I actually had a list of tunes I was going to play. And I'm going to keep it in dadgad for the sake of ease. And I'm going to play this tune. It's called Topiary. And it's a tune that I initially wrote because I was really into Michael Hedges, and I tried to learn one of Michael Hedges' songs early on, and I thought, whoa, this is really difficult. So I made up my own Michael Hedges-esque tune. It's called Topiary, and here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thanks, everybody. Thanks. Oh, please. Whoa, hey, whoa. Oh, wait. Whoa. I got to give some stuff away. Chill out. Thank you. So, you got some more names?
Always.
That means more donations are coming in. Levi said really turn it hard this time. I'm going to do it. So the first three names I'm going to call win themselves a tone right device. What is a tone right device? Well, it's something you put on your guitar to season it up. You know how they say that guitars need to open up? Well, this aids in the process. I've tried it out myself. I featured it on Acoustic Tuesday. It's the real deal. It totally works. I used it on my custom Martin OM tuxedo, and it opened the thing up tremendously well. It resonates like crazy right now. So I'm going to give away 3 of those. So I'm going to take 3 names. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Easy as that. Here we go. Ed Vanover, congratulations. You won yourself a tone right. Josh Walters, congratulations. You've won yourself a tone right. And Jennifer, I can't pronounce Jonah's mom's last name. Svius? I asked Jonah about this every single time. Now,
I think he said Swihus.
Swihus?
But he said there's like there's a disagreement within the family as to how to pronounce it.
Oh, okay. Well, I know this is going to Jumpin' Jeff. So Jumpin' Jeff, you got a tone right coming your way. And I also want to offer a shout out to Jonah. Jonah's a part of the Acoustic Live team, and he is remotely attending. So hello to Jonah, and thank you for just kicking butt and supporting what we do here.
Amen, brother.
So we got 3 winners of the tone right device. I should probably give away a Wasinator dropkick pedal too, which this thing's amazing. For those of you at the Acoustic Live Festival, you might have seen this on the stage when Russ Chapman was playing. It's how he gets that luscious bass drum sound out of his performances. So let's give that away. Oh, I don't know. It'll go to, let's see, Stefan B. from Canada. Congratulations to you. And I know you saw Russ Chapman because I know I saw you at the Acoustic Live Festival. In fact, we had some good discussion. And I also want to give away this fine Thompson Guitars t-shirt because the folks at Thompson Guitars are so awesome. I opened the guitar and sure enough, I saw this t-shirt in there and I thought, man, those people are they just know. They just know what guitar geeks love. So this shirt is going to be auctioned off. Who's going to win it? I don't know. I got to pick a name. Hold on one sec. Here we go. I feel like it's a good one. Lori Newbound. Lori Newbound, you won yourself a Thompson Guitars t-shirt. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your donation. And make sure all of you winners, everybody who I just mentioned, please email info@tonypolecastro.com to claim your prize. We can get your shipping information and make sure that the right prize gets to your door. In fact, for everybody who won those prizes, I think I'll just add a tuner to my albums and some stickers as well. So there you go. I just sweeten the pot. Just sweeten the pot. Just like that. It's that easy, sweeten the pot. I'll review these names back at the desk. And so far, we have the following. Jennifer S., basically Jumpin' Jeff. We'll just say Jumpin' Jeff won a tone right. So did Josh Walters, and so did Ed Vanover. And Stefan B. won himself a Wasinator dropkick. In fact, I'm going to put that ticket right with the pedal so I don't forget. And then lastly, Lori Newbound won herself a Thompson Guitars t-shirt. So congratulations to you, Lori, and everybody. Pretty awesome stuff. Now, as I mentioned before, we had our guitar... Oh, my gosh, I have to review the answer for Guitar Geek Trivia. I hopefully mentioned you could bid on that guitar I just played, at4vets.com. If you haven't placed your bid yet, gather your Guitar Geek friends together, come up with a total you all can commit to, and just team up. Remember, all the proceeds from that auction goes directly to Guitars for Vets. Speaking of Guitars for Vets, what was that trivia question? Well, let me remind you. How much of a donation is needed to put just one veteran through the G4V program? $100, $150, $200, or $250? Well, if you answered C, $200, you're correct. $200 puts one veteran through the G4V program and sets them on their way for a fulfilling and healing guitar journey. Upon graduation, they receive a guitar and all of the necessary accoutrement for them to continue their guitar playing and learning. Don't forget to donate today by visiting our G4V fundraising site at at4vets.com. Remember, you can make a donation directly to our Facebook fundraiser. If you don't have Facebook, don't worry. Go to guitarsforvets.org. You can make a donation there. You can purchase an Acoustic Tuesday for Vets t-shirt. All those proceeds go to Guitars for Vets. And of course, that guitar I mentioned you can bid on as well. There's a link for that at at4vets.com as well. Had to come up for air. I was like, felt like an auctioneer. I want to be an auctioneer, I think, one day. Not today. Maybe today. I kind of de facto auctioneer. Yeah, that's what I am. I'm just checking on the t-shirt total to see if we brought it close to 8. We're still at 768. I would love for you all to do some holiday shopping right now for a good cause and go to at4vets.com, find your favorite color, your favorite, slouch shirt, baby doll, crop top, other options. go ahead and go Christmas shopping, go holiday shopping, and pick out some gifts for your Guitar Geek friends. Let's move on down the line here. Holy smokes, we're coming close to a close here, and I've got another Guitar Geek trivia question for you, focused on G4V. But remember, we're here to celebrate our veterans. Happy Veterans Day to all of those who have served. Thank you so much for your service, and thank you to the folks at Guitars for Vets for running an incredible program. All the proceeds from this fundraising goes directly to Guitars for Vets, and at the end, I'm going to calculate everything we've done so far as a community and see what kind of impact we've made. In fact, I'm going to use that $200 figure, because remember, it takes $200 to put one veteran through the program. And it's really important that you know that, because once I announce the total, I'm going to see exactly how many veterans we've helped so far this year as a Guitar Geek community. So keep that in mind, but let's get on to that.
Hold on,
guitar.
Tony.
Well,
Jonah just piped in with a Facebook update. We just hit $13,000 on the Facebook.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's pretty amazing.
That's good Guitar Geek vibes right there. That's pretty darn awesome. Thank you, everybody who's contributed thus far. And remember, we're still doing this fundraising, so if you haven't contributed yet and you can do so, please do so at atforvets.com. If you can't, please just share this with your Guitar Geek friends. You know, those shares and the awareness of the Guitars for Vets program means just as much as the monetary donations. The more people that know about the program, the more volunteers they can get, the more action they can get in terms of making people aware, and of course, the more fundraising potential that's out there. So keep that in mind as we go forward today. Now, for your last Guitars for Vets focused trivia question, it is as such. In what year was G4V started? Simple as that. 2001, 2004, 2007, or 2010? Go ahead and ponder that, and I will give you that answer in just a second. Now, I have a special treat for you. This is a video that I watch, and it's hard for me to finish because it's well, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. This is an individual I met through Tony's Acoustic Challenge, a member, and I met him at the Acoustic Life Festival, and he came out and just literally lit up the room. He's as much of a character and an inspiration as I thought he would be. In fact, his particular group at the Acoustic Life Festival was just, I mean, he's an amazing person, and I wanted to highlight him because he's not only an amazing person, a great guitar player, an enthusiastic individual, but he's also a G4V volunteer, and you'll see his story right here. Here's Denny S.
To a better guitar player. So after my vision of knowing that in my mind that I wanted to get involved in guitar and helping people, I started seeing things about an organization called Guitars for Vets. So I contacted them at the local chapter in the Heinz VA Hospital in Chicago and had an interview with them, and they accepted me and I accepted them, and I'm an instructor for Guitars for Vets. You know, I see people that need help in certain areas, and it's a known fact that music is a great therapy for people, and I feel really fortunate to go ahead and get involved in helping people in this way. It makes them feel good, it makes me feel good, and there's some times when, you know, we all talk here about the light bulb moment that I've seen it go on these guys' eyes. I go ahead and show them a chord progression, maybe playing a D chord, how it goes up and down the neck, or an A chord, whatever it is. And they look at it, and they look at me, oh yeah, I understand. And they really do understand. It's not just lip service they're going ahead and telling me about. And it's a really cool thing, and I just love being a part of it. It's a great camaraderie, and I feel happy when I go there, and even happier when I leave. I just felt that, boy, this is someplace where I have to be, as opposed to sitting inside a music store or going online and going through all that. That wasn't for me. I wanted to have a one-on-one connection with someone I was talking to, and have that personal connection back and forth, as opposed to just being a guy in a box. And I just felt that this was absolutely, positively the place for me to be. My name is Denny Stock, and this is my acoustic life story.
Awesome. So that is Denny, and I gotta say, it's so cool because Denny's a Chicago native, and you can tell because he's got the right accent, and I love it. So I want to thank Denny for just being an awesome inspiration, and for really inspiring other guitar geeks, having his heart in the right place, and just going for it. I think a lot of times there's that internal battle of like, gosh, can I, like Denny mentioned, can I actually be an impactful volunteer? Can I teach somebody else guitar? And he went for it, and he did it, and he's doing it. And it's so cool to see the people he's helping and how much it's not only helped other people, but even himself on his own guitar journey. So thanks, Denny, so much for just being a darn right awesome guitar geek. I want to go in and highlight a couple more of our donors. We had, as I mentioned before, we had so many folks within the industry, the acoustic guitar world, really just hop right on board. In fact, I sent out a bunch of emails, and nearly everybody, even if they couldn't actually donate, they responded and were so kind and encouraging about what we are doing as a community. So I just want to thank everybody involved in the acoustic guitar world. I know that's a lot of people, but I think it's a much smaller, tighter-knit community than maybe we realize sometimes. So I just want to thank everybody involved, but particularly the next couple of folks. The folks at Tonewood Amp came forward. I emailed them. They sent me one to demo. In fact, I've got it over here. It was on Faith Guitar, and I demoed it on the Acoustic Tuesday show. And they hopped right on board. As soon as I sent an email, they said, we'd love to be involved. So they donated. They made a monetary donation to Guitars for Vets. And I wanted to highlight the Tonewood amp because this is, well, you'll see, it's kind of a magical device. So here's a quick ad from the folks at Tonewood. All right, so let's actually see it in action. In fact, Mike Dawes stopped by the folks at Anderton's and gave it a quick demo, and in a minute or less, he just shows how amazing it is. And you hear him play. There's a segment in this video that's going to have your jaw on the floor. So get Kleenex or a towel or whatever you need to clean up the drool. But here's Mike Dawes demoing the Tonewood amp.
We've got this guitar. This is stuck to the back with magnets, so reverb comes through the sound hole. It's crazy.
It's too freaky. We've killed the monitors in the room, right?
All you're hearing is the sound coming out of the sound hole. Now it's back on. That's how an acoustic guitar should sound.
Come and see.
Now it's on.
Yeah.
Turning it on. Without? How, yeah, you want, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the reaction. Once you play with it, you can't ever not play with it. Oh. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's my best friend. So this thing, man, has changed my life because it just makes guitar inspiring, man. Wherever you are, whatever you're playing, and if I want to use it, I stick it onto any guitar. You only need one unit to play with any guitar. It's crazy. It's an inspiration box is how I describe it.
Take it easy, guys. See you next time.
Pretty awesome inspiration device, and something I think should be on all of your Guitar Geek holiday wish lists. It's awesome. It really adds a whole different dimension to playing the guitar acoustically, if I can say that, when the effects actually come out of the guitar. And then when you turn it off like they did in that video, it's kind of like, oh, it's a little bit of a bummer because you want those effects. So thanks again to the folks at Tonewood Amp. This just in, breaking news. I just refreshed. Jonah threw down the gauntlet. He said we wanted to hit 13.5 before the live stream ended. I think we can do 14, maybe 15. And I'm actually going to give away something that you all may have seen before. In fact, we've gotten a ton of questions about it, wondering if they were ever going to be available. Where can people purchase one? But, you know, there's a limited run. There's only 3 of these in existence, and one of them is going to be given away today, and it's going to be an Acoustic Life hockey sweater. Whoa. Yeah. Oh my gosh. First of all, this is really hard for me to part with. I got a sentimental attachment to this. This is the first one ever, the Acoustic Life hockey jersey. It can go out into the wild for some lucky winner. And remember, all you have to do to get entered is to donate. Donate via the Facebook fundraiser. Go to atforvets.com, and you could be entered in to win either that jersey or one of 2 Tony's Acoustic Challenge lifetime memberships. So I got 3 more prizes to give away. That's coming up. So get your donations in. It could be of any denomination. Really, every little bit counts. whether it's $5, whether it's $500, whether it's $5,000. Please consider donating, because the money goes directly to Guitars for Vets, and they put it to good use in handing over the healing power of music to those who need it the most. Our veterans coming back who might be suffering from PTSD, who might be having just problems kind of readjusting to civilian life and wanting to fill their time with something productive. So keep that in mind as we go forward. The Acoustic Life jersey is at stake. And if you're a hockey fan, that probably means a lot to you. It means a lot to me. I mean, we could get the Acoustic Life team to sign it if you want. I don't know. We're not hockey stars or anything, but you get the idea. I want to give a quick shout out to another couple donors that we had hop on board and donate. The folks at Close Guitars. I've reviewed a couple different instruments from them, their travel guitar, and also most recently, their full-size guitar, which totally knocked my socks off. It comes in at a great price. It's a carbon fiber guitar. The neck actually comes off super easy, so it's easy to travel with. And, well, my son and I had a look at this guitar when we were on a road trip, and I wanted to share that review with you here. So here it is. So I'm sitting in a hotel room in Billings, Montana, and I'm super excited because with me today is my son, Aiden.
What's up?
And Aiden, who are we going to see tonight?
Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson.
It's true. We got tickets to go see Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a metal show. What the hell does this have to do with living your best acoustic life? Well, we're here to prove to you that you can still be a metalhead and an acoustic guitar geek, because we brought a guitar, right?
Yes, we did.
And we're going to show you what it is. He decided to bring the Close full-size guitar because they sent it to us, and I thought, what better way to put it through its paces than to bring it on an actual road trip? This thing is absolutely gorgeous, and it sounds awesome. The full-size Close is a potent package. You've got a 0-degree minimalistic headstock with super smooth tuners, a matte finish carbon fiber sandwich top with walnut bridge, black saddle, black bridge pins, and it has a hidden feature on the back. We'll get to that in a second, but Aiden and I want to play first. Time in Billings was awesome. I barely have a voice today, but it's time to go. All good things must come to an end. So there's one last thing I want to show you about this guitar. It's pretty darn cool because it makes traveling with it super easy. It completely disassembles for travel. First, detune the strings. Next, slap a capo on, flip that bad boy over, and then go to work on the screws that connect the neck to the body. The screwdriver is included with the guitar. You unscrew 4 long bolts that connect the neck to the body, and then once you're done unscrewing those bolts, and really interesting thing happened. I'm looking over at the comments, and I just see "Hello, Dad." So I want to say hi to Aiden. I want to thank him for tuning in. And for he was out here this summer. He helped me film actually a couple different guitar reviews. We did the Beard Decaphonic sidecar, we did an Emerald X30, and that Close full-size guitar, and we had a blast. We went to actually a bunch of different shows and stuff, and it means a lot to me that you're watching, Aiden. So thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Love you. And I also saw Mini Tony with no beard, which I thought was pretty funny. And then I also saw a lot of gauntlets being thrown. You know, Jonah threw the gauntlet of hitting 13.5 before the end of the live stream. I threw the gauntlet saying, you know, I think we can get over 14,000. And then Christopher Paul says this. Talk about throwing it down. He says, "Come on, guys. Go bid on the Thompson. Surely y'all aren't going to let me win it for $46.50. So, I mean, if you're a guitar geek, I would take Christopher up on his challenge there. See if you can push him a little bit, huh? Give him a little nudge. just head on over to atforvets.com, place your bid. I've got one more donor that I want to highlight, and these folks were so kind. Again, just jumping to the call, I reached out to Orangewood Guitars. I recently reviewed their Sage model, which really impressed me. Torrefied top, all solid guitar for a really, really nice price, around $600 without a pickup, $900 with a pickup. And I was really impressed by it, just overly impressed by the instrument. And I reached out to them and they said, yeah, we'd love to donate. We're not going to do a monetary donation, but we're going to send a bunch of guitars over for the program so they can use, which is just what a match made in heaven. A guitar maker making guitars and offering them up to Guitars for Vets. So let's just take a quick look at the Orangewood Sage model and say thanks to the folks at Orangewood Guitars. Another huge thanks to the folks at Orangewood. I don't know the exact number of guitars that they donated, but I know it was in the double digits, so I'm pretty pumped about that, and I'm really thankful that they decided to contribute to the cause. Now, I just did a quick eBay check because, well, I had to, and it looks like Christopher's challenge was met with some increased bids. It's now up to $47.50, so maybe we can nudge him just a little bit more. I don't know. See what you guys got. I got a couple more T-shirt pictures for you all to share, some submissions. And I just got to say, wow, it's so cool to see you all sporting the Acoustic Tuesday for Vets merchandise, knowing that the proceeds from that very shirt go to Guitars for Vets, and that shirt alone, that series of merchandise has raised over $11,000 for the program, which is just stunning. It's amazing. So let's have a look at some of those pictures. Let's head down to Seminole, Florida, and take a look at Rob G in his fancy Acoustic Tuesday for Vets shirt. And then we've got Keith D. from Carrollton, Texas, supporting the cause, as is Howard M. from Neville Island, Pennsylvania. And then Russell S. from Northport, Alabama. And then lastly, Marty F. in Western North Carolina in the Smoky Mountains. And of course, he's wearing a hooded sweatshirt because I'm sure that the nights get cold in the mountains as they do here. All right. Where are we at? Oh, wait a minute. I just saw an update from Jonah. Jonah is on it, ladies and gentlemen. He says, on the Facebook front, we've surpassed $13,500. Can we go higher? He poses the question. Can we go higher? Well, I certainly hope so. I've got a performance for you in store. This will be my last one for the day. The last time you'll get to hear this Thompson guitar in my hands, because when the whole live stream is over, that auction's got about 4 or 5 more hours left, and it's going to be in someone else's hands. And remember, you can bid on that at atforvets.com. Again, a huge thanks to the folks at Thompson Guitars for donating this guitar and making it an option for all of you guitar geeks to bid on. Remember, you can still get those shirts again at atforvets.com and contribute to the Facebook fundraiser, again, at atforvets.com. Let me head over to the Performance Zone, and I'll play this tune for you, if I can remember the name of it and the tuning that it's in. And I'll be giving away that hockey jersey along with 2 lifetime memberships to Tony's Acoustic Challenge. So if you haven't put your Facebook donation in yet, please do so. And again, remember, if you don't have Facebook, you can always donate at guitarsforvets.org. That's guitars, the number 4, VETS.org. So this tuning is a little bit of a goofy one. And it is a C on the low E string, G, D, G, B, hopefully it doesn't break, yeah, Good day. And then a C. So I'll go through that again because I want to make sure I have it right. And for your benefit too, of course. All right. Whoa. That's a... So we got C, G, D, G, B, C. I don't really know what to call it. Maybe a C7, 9, some sort of tuning like that. This is my buddy Mitch Nelson actually showed me this tuning quite some time ago, and I thought it was just a beautiful tuning, so I just started messing with it. I've written a couple songs in this tuning, and this one I'm about to share with you is called Chicago Song. Chicago's where I grew up, and I remember when I went to college downtown, I would take the train in from the suburbs for my first half year. Later, I moved down to the city. But I just remember I would get up early, and it was cool because the city kind of like sleeps a little bit. It gets quiet, and then it slowly comes to life in the morning. So that's what I was trying to do with this song anyway. So hopefully I remember the entire thing, and we'll see. Here goes nothing. Sit down, please. Stop. Please stop. That's too much. You're too kind. All right, let's give some things away. We've got two lifetime memberships to Tony's Acoustic Challenge. We've got the Acoustic Life hockey jersey. Indeed. Any ideas on what I should do last or first? I think these are pretty heavy prizes.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
We got the jersey and 2 lifetime memberships.
Oh, yeah, we'll just do it in that order. That sounds
okay.
great.
Thanks, Levi.
You're welcome.
I'm going to save the jersey to last, though.
And this is the last giveaway, right?
This is the last giveaway. So, I mean, anything, maybe refresh one time.
This is it.
We're wrapping up.
We are. All right, here we go.
I wish I had suspenseful music for this.
Like Chariots of Fire. All right. I'm going to give away 2 lifetime Tony's Acoustic Challenge memberships right now. First one goes to Krista Marlin. Congratulations to you. Welcome to the fold. And Bob Piesold. Congratulations to you. You guys both won Tony's Acoustic Challenge lifetime memberships. And make sure to email us at info@tonypolecastro.com to please claim those. We'll get you all set up with an account for life so you can have fun and get better in the process. And then lastly, the Acoustic Life hockey jersey. One of only 3. And I hope I don't see this on eBay later because I might bid. But let me just go ahead and see what we got here. All right. I know a couple of guys on my hockey team donated, so I'm kind of hoping it stays in the hockey team. And this goes to Julie Parker. Julie Parker, congratulations to you. You've won yourself a very rare Acoustic Life hockey jersey with the number 28 and Guitar Geek on the back nameplate. Pretty awesome stuff. Congratulations to you. Let me head back over to the desk and we'll wrap this party up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I did ask you one final trivia question, and, well, I want to make sure I deliver that answer to you. So just as a reminder, the question was simple. In what year was G4V started? 2001, 2004, 2007, or 2010? If you answered C, 2007, you're 100% correct. In 2007, Patrick Nettesheim, a Milwaukee guitar instructor, was introduced to Vietnam-era Marine Dan Van Buskirk. For years, Dan wanted to learn to play guitar, but felt the lasting effects of combat in the form of post-traumatic stress disorder. After only a few months of working with Patrick, Dan discovered that the strong spirit that helped him through his time in Vietnam was all he needed to play music. Together, the men realized that guitar lessons were both opportunities for self-expression and positive human interaction. Dan and Patrick shared what they learned with the veterans at the Clement J. Zablocki VA Medical Center, and Guitars for Vets was born. Again, that was 2007. In a very short time, they've covered a lot of ground. We've learned that they've got over 100 operating chapters in over 40 states, and it costs roughly $200 to put a veteran through the program. So knowing all that information, let's do some calculations, shall we? So, okay, first of all, where are we at on Facebook here? We've got, very quickly, I'm going to just pull up my calculator. I'm not texting, I promise. I'm using the calculator function. $13,619 raised on Facebook. Congratulations to the Guitars for Vets program, and thank you so much to all the guitar geeks who have contributed. Let me pop on over to our t-shirt sales, which I was hoping to get over 800. I'm not sure how we did. We might have stalled out. Yep, 768 shirts. Not too shabby though, I might add, which gave us $11,533 as a donation to Guitars for Vets. So let me add that to the 13 from Facebook. So let's see. We got this right. 533. So that puts us at $25,152. Wait, what's that guitar up to, you asked? Well, let me just quickly refresh. It's really easy. I just click the little arrow. $4,900. So I'm going to add that as a tentative total. We know that that's not what it'll close at. I just typed in 49,000. That's not what I wanted to do. $4,900 plus. Whoa.
So you got to start over now?
Yeah, I just really screwed it all up. 4,900 plus the 11,000. Oh my goodness gracious. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to try this again. This is the last time. And I'll get it right, I promise. 11,533. Okay, and then we'll go over to Facebook and add the 13 plus 13,619. Holy smokes, $30,052. But wait. Back in June, we had the Acoustic Life Festival. There was about $11,000 raised in that festival through a raffle that we did. So let me just go ahead and throw that into the total. So this year, so far, the Acoustic Guitar Geek community has been responsible for a $41,052 donation to the folks at Guitars for Vets. And that is absolutely astounding. And that's something that we should all be incredibly proud of. And tell people about, because holy smokes, that is a huge impact. In fact, let me just whittle that down to how many folks that's actually going to help. I'm going to divide that by 200. You all are responsible for putting about 205 veterans through the Guitars for Vets program, and that's pretty awesome. And I want to thank you on behalf of Guitars for Vets, on behalf of all of us here at Acoustic Life, for participating in this fundraiser, really making a difference. And one of the things I want to leave you with, and this is really important, threw a lot of information at you today. We heard some fun guitars. We looked at some folks within the industry that are just plain awesome, and folks that we need to know. But bottom line, the feeling that you feel right now, that feeling of contribution, that feeling of having an impact, that feeling of holy cow, I just helped somebody out. I helped somebody out who might really need the guitar at a core level, at a level like they don't have anything to hold on to, but you know what? The guitar is actually going to help them, pull them through a really difficult time. You actually help somebody do that. And I want you to be really proud of yourself, and I don't want that to fade tomorrow, and I don't want that to fade next week, and I don't want that to fade next year. I want you to hold on to that, because every time you show somebody something on the guitar, every time you say, hey, you should try the guitar, it could really make a huge impact on your life. That's a huge responsibility that us guitar geeks have, and I want you to hold on to this feeling that we have right now, because it's pretty incredible. And every single time you do that, you do make an impact. You might not feel it right away, but the more you tune into it, the more you'll realize, wow, this guitar thing is really making a difference, maybe in your own life, maybe in somebody else's, but bottom line, it's making a difference. And we all thank you so much for helping us out, raise funds for Guitars for Vets, and just be and live your best acoustic life. This has been really fun. Thank you for sharing your time with us. For those of you who have tuned in from the beginning, thank you. For those of you who might have tuned in halfway, thank you. We know that time's a valuable asset, and we appreciate you sharing it with us. So on behalf of Guitars for Vets, on behalf of us here at Acoustic Life, Allie, Levi, Jonah, myself, thank you so much for being a part of this. We can't thank you enough, and thanks for making a difference. And remember, Guitar Geeks Unite. Cheers to you guys.